Yo guys, welcome back. Today we're going to go over some can't miss loot systems and new content now that we're able to break through and hit the new level cap of 55 on Where Winds Meet. This game has a lot of menus and systems, so I'm going to try to help you get through what you might be missing as best as possible. With that out of the way, we're going to get right into it. The first and probably most important is that we're going to be able to purchase some inner art upgrades from a merchant that we previously didn't have access to because we did not meet the level requirement. And to find that, you're simply going to follow the steps I'm taking here and it'll automatically set the market for you and we will travel over there. That merchant is going to be located right over here to our left when we spawn in. And he does have some really good things besides Morale Chant, but Morale Chant is going to be the go-to for every build in this game. So 2,000 of our currency is going to get us that. As for some other ones that I suggest, Seasonal Edge, Bitter Seasons, and Restoring Blossom. Other than that, whatever might fit your build. You probably do want to try to buy all of these before the season does end though. I do want to go over one more thing when it comes to inner arts and being able to upgrade them. And something that's really helpful is if you come here in your inventory and you go under develop, you're going to have these inner arts that you're possibly not interested in using to upgrade ones that you aren't using at all. So you simply click on these and then you're going to come down here to the tips recycle and you're going to be able to recycle these for a currency that you'll then be able to use to buy a box to try to gamba for more of these upgrades. So once you have sold those away, you can then come into this menu and go to the tips exchange. And this is where you will now have the currency, the vintage book plates, and you'll be able to purchase these boxes and get more chances at ones that you might actually want. Now let's go over getting some new gear pretty quickly here. And we're going to be able to do that right here in the season menu. We're going to come to the battle pass update, the portable merchant, the exchange shop, and we're going to make our way to the season shop here. Under gear chests, you're going to be able to purchase the tier 51 gear chests now. I already purchased them, but they do reset weekly. So you do want to try to grab these before the week is up. And other than that, some good things to look out for here are these inner way notes, these reset, these martial art custom tips, the life supply support boxes, and the small box of commerce coins. And then you do have your profession items here that you want to get as well weekly. So let's go over what we can now upgrade to get a little stronger. And on our way through that, we will also be talking about where to get some of the things, the mats that we're going to need to upgrade because it does get a little pricey and you will start to run out. Starting out with our martial arts, these are obviously very, very important to be upgrading. The cost on these is not too bad. The coin can get a little pricey, but other than that, these things can be farmed here in the outposts across the map. Very easy to farm these. You can either simply just go to an outpost and clear it, don't take the loot, pour it out, and then pour it back. Or here in the queue section of the UI, you can come here to the wandering paths and then you do the outpost challenge. The sword trial and the joint battle. And this will just queue you through like 5 outposts. It's a queue with people. You just go through, clear the enemies. Don't take the chests because the loot's not worth it. You're going to want to save those for better things to run, like the Formless Mountain Pass. So that is a great way to farm those mats. Then we have our Mystic skills, and these are very, very important to upgrade. But there is one resource that is a bit pricey, and it's going to be something like the Beauty's Plume here. Does change throughout. There's a whole bunch of different types. The Buddhist Tear Root. Now, we do have some boxes that we have received through challenges or through the season shop, but you can gather these. What you want to do is just focus farm on the Buddhist Tear Ginseng, and then you do have a chance here to be able to drop these. So this is very, very important. Then there's a very important item here in your inventory under consumables, and this is going to up the chance for extra harvest from herb gathering or hunting. So when you're going for these materials, you're going to want to pop one of these, whether you're hunting animals for their fur or you're going out and trying to get the plant life to upgrade things. You're going to want to pop these, and this is going to give you a better chance of getting more, which then is going to give you a better chance of getting the purple grade tier for these materials. Now, next up, and very, very important here, is going to be this enhance menu. You're going to want to enhance everything to enhancement level 20. The way this works is you're not actually enhancing a specific weapon, you're enhancing that slot. I actually really do like this system because you're not just stuck on one weapon and enhancing it, you're just enhancing the slot. Really great way to make sure players aren't wasting materials, and you do need a lot of materials for this, specifically things like this coarse fur. So this is very similar. You can just track these here, and we do have some supplies, support boxes as well that you can use, but these can be tracked, and then once again use the same consumable I mentioned for when you're going to get something like the jinxing route to farm these. Now, something new is going to be the arsenal, and this is going to be when we reach a new tier. So we went from 41 to 51. We're now able to take our old gear that we're no longer using and basically put it in a box, I guess you could say. That's going to give us a bit of power. And then you can take a certain path. So for me, I'm playing Belt Strike mostly as a DPSer. So that's the path I'm going with. And you simply just dump your old tier 41 gear in here. There's not too much math behind it because there is a max here of tier 6 that you can gain from this. And as you can see, I'm way overcapped by almost 400 points on that. And now onto our gear. And for this, we're going to have a tuning, the same thing that we had at level 41. But now it's going to have more added substats, so more materials to roll these. Be careful, make sure you're getting what you want before you roll it. But now there's going to be something else on top of this called the attuning path, and you simply click here, and this is going to let you use one of these attunement stone of doom, and you're going to be able to lock a 5th substat basically for this weapon. Be careful though how you use these. You can only get a certain amount of these per week, and I'll show you exactly where to get those. So to get Attuning Stones, we are limited here on how many we can get. There is a probability of getting more from the sword trial. We'll talk about that in just a second. But here in the Hero's Realm, you're guaranteed to get 2 of these per week because you can get 2 boss rewards per week. This is going to be the new 10-man raid that just came out with our new level cap. If you are looking for help or advice of how to clear this, I did make a mechanics guide. Me and my group of 10 people in my guild, we did this. We ran through it a bunch of times, learned all the mechanics, and then I made a video breaking all that down. So if you're interested in that, I'll put the link for that in the description. Now, the sword trial, you can get some of these from the Formless Mountain Pass, but it is a probability. And on top of that, you need to use your energy to be able to get these. Now, there is one more way, and if you're in a guild and able to do a full guild run, you do get exclusive guild rewards for this. You get this once per week, and these will net you 2 more Attuning Stones on top of a whole bunch of other stuff. That's really nice. So if you're in a guild and able to do that, most certainly try to get together and do that. Now, let's talk about the boss talent tree, which is actually very important. I realized this yesterday when we went and fought the new level 51 sword trial bosses that I didn't have any of these, and having these on made the world of a difference. So for the one currently, you're going to want to go back and farm these specific bosses on the lower tier so you can then unlock the first sets of these, and they help tremendously. And I imagine I was doing this with a group, so if you're pub queuing this, you are for sure going to want these because people are going to be making mistakes and you're going to be getting hit by things. And these mitigate a lot of damage and also help with your damage potential as well. Then when you do run the 10-man raid, you will start to unlock these, and also these make a ton of difference. So you want to try to get as many of these as possible. Some of them are pretty hard on the donkey guy, but for the girl, the second fight, a lot of them are pretty simple to pull off. Now, this last part of the video doesn't have anything to do with being level 55, just some spots in these menus where you might have missed some rewards that you can be claiming because, God, they are everywhere. And I really wish there was just a button somewhere to claim all of these rewards. But an easy to miss one here is going to be in your gear menu here in the improvement guide. There is a ton of rewards you can be claiming here and challenges you can be doing. I honestly just discovered this just a few days ago. Another simple one here, but under items and common, make sure you're checking to see if you have any boxes you can open. You're able to get a ton of this cosmetic chest by running content, or just your tier 51 gear chests. Things like life supply support boxes, mystic skill breakthroughs. So make sure you're very aware of this menu here. and what's in it. This one I'm sure a lot of people are aware of, but I want to go over it anyway. Under events, and you're going to come down here to recommended. This is going to be the ties that bind, and by simply linking your email, Discord, Facebook, X account, or TikTok, you're able to claim these Echo Jades from doing that. I already talked about this earlier in the video, but this is so important, and it's going to be your season shop here. Come to your battle pass and go to your portable merchant, then come to your exchange shop and your season shop. You're going to want to make sure you're clearing these out weekly as best as you can. The very important things here are like the martial art custom tips, the inner way notes, gear chests for the new tiers that we're reaching, and then the profession development boxes. Also, just in your portable merchants that reset weekly, there's a lot of upgrade materials in here that you do need for gear or for crafting. So make sure you're checking these on a weekly basis to see what's in here and see what you need to grab, like the bear pelt. That's very important, the Buddhist tier, and items such as that. A lot of good things in here that you need to be looking out for. And that covers everything for this guide about Breakthrough Level 6. Any questions or suggestions, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe is appreciated. Thanks, guys. Peace.